Sagittarius, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 14th through to the 20th of November. If you haven't seen the lunar eclipse collective reading or your individual reading, we have it up on our channel. It will be linked in the description below. It will be linked around my head as a link at the end of this reading. But very interesting things that came out of that, highly emotionally charged. Quite funny, really. Well, not really funny. Well, it was beautiful. That's the best way to describe it. Sagittarius, let's just see what's going on with your overall reading for this week. It's coming up to your birthday season as well. This is just before it. So there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of sort of still waiting around in a way, just sort of umming and ahhing, waiting for the off, as it were. And the energy here is sort of, it's almost laid back, relaxed, and sort of say, cool, take your time, take your time. Essential moment coming for you really in this week. Okay, so it is turning up, you know, and the energy is sort of saying, yes, it's here, but wait, but it is the evolutionary sort of thing. It's raising yourself up, rising yourself up to your higher calling, your karmic calling in your life. That's what it seems to be like. And it spreads all the way across all of your flower. This new cycle that's coming in into your birthday season, I think will be very beneficial, a good restart, reboot in the system. Let's just see what's going on with your relationship side. It's almost sort of saying, take a pass. Don't worry about it this week. Take a pass. Yeah, it's because it's pulling into this side here. And I think in order for any relationship to work, we also have to have the financial side of life to work, which is on this side of the flower. And this is your relationship side. And it's sort of saying, you know, if that side is not working, then the relationship side with anybody, regardless, could be with your family, your friends, your community, your couple, any side, it's going to be difficult. And I think this realization, if you make this realization that sometimes, you know, it's not good to put pressure on relationships, so then you can then concentrate on the everyday stuff or the financial sort of stuff, the material world, in order for the relationships to work after that. I think this is going to be the bit that kicks off before the relationship side. Okay, so it's here, it's sort of like keep your ideas clear, and it's the start of a new cycle, and you should treat it like that. You know, forgiveness of oneself is very difficult to do, but you've got to do it in order to give yourself a clean slate going forward. And that's what I think this is what the Ace of Swords is about. It's a little bit like a clean slate that's being created for you. The universe working with others, as I say, it seems to pull in from this side. So it's working with others. This is what the universe is going to be offering you, basically, opportunities to collaborate with others, to make, you know, give you the space for your beautiful work that you've done in your life and got to where you are today, to shine. And I think it's going to be mixed with a lot of pleasure and opening up of new relationships. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this. Everybody needs, you know, if you're going to work hard, you got to play hard, as they say. But everyone needs a nice harmony or balance within one's life, and this is where the guides are trying to keep that steady flow going more than anything else. Bit of a call to mission, really, is it? I think the guides are on that. They're allowing you to remain focused on where you should be going. And I think it's mainly on the financial sort of side, and that's what they're sort of saying here on the relationship side. Sort of just keep focused on your plan, what you're supposed to be doing, what your calling is, basically, because that is what's happening to you at the moment. As the dust settles from this lunar eclipse and we all sort of take a good look at what's going on around us, we kind of say, well, that wasn't much of a change. Let's get on it. And this is it. The change is waiting for us to activate it. And if we don't activate, then nothing's going to change. The environment is changing. You know, the geological environment as much as the energy environment, it's all changing at the moment, and it's just waiting for us to engage, basically. Let's just see how the guides are trying to... Oh, there's very civilized socialing going on for you at the moment. So it's, you know, it's meeting people, but just on a very low-key, easygoing, nothing too hectic for you this week on the relationship side. Just keep it, you know, all nice and friendly. You know, you might feel a little bit detached from all your relationships around you. But at the same time, it's simply because you're working on something. And I think this is sort of saying, in this side, you might have that bit of conversation sort of saying, we're missing out on these relationships. We're not really connected with the people that are around us as much as we'd like to be. And I think generally it's sort of saying that's okay. You're supposed to be like that. And I would, you know, I would say to that little voice sort of saying, it's okay. We're just having a bit of a pause because we need to sort some other stuff out. Let's see what's going on your financial side, and that's going to be the side that I'm interested in, really, to be honest. I think this is where we're going to find that key there on the Five of Pentacles in this section here. Taking opportunities. This is the funny thing about Sagittarius. Either you know how to take opportunities really well, or you don't know at all. And it can be quite difficult for you to assess that. And sometimes we take opportunities that we shouldn't really be taking. But here is sort of saying, you know, you should be bringing it into you. You should be accepting those opportunities as they arise, and they will be arising. It's a little bit of a leap of faith. It brings it so much into you like this. It's almost like a surprise, as if like energy itself is throwing something your way that's going to, it's like a little bit of a, I didn't see that coming sort of scenario. And when it hits you in your life, it's going to make you see very clearly. It's like, you know, the fall is supposed to be jumping off a cliff. And as you jump off that cliff, that adrenaline rush within you is amazing. Obviously, it's better if you have a parachute, or you can do it Carlos Castaneda style and land on your feet, and everything will be okay. You know, but this is you know, this is not. I'm not telling anybody to jump off a cliff. The last thing I'll tell them to do that. But what I'm saying is metaphorically. In your financial world, maybe it's a case of taking a bit of leap of faith, going off in your own, striking out on your own, basically. And to strike out on your own, you've got to concentrate on it. You've got to see where you're going. You've got to know what you're doing. I think that's it. Striking out on your own. Let's see how the universe is trying to help you with this karmic message. They're providing a lot of things, actually. They're almost buying you space. It's as if they're like, you know, imagine, let's just say, like, for some of you, you might have lost your job, for example. But yeah, and you can turn around and say that's really awful. But at the same time, you could also say that's actually created a lot of space for me to do other things. And that could be like a blessing in disguise, basically. You know, that's the sort of thing it's sort of saying there. Seems like a good blessing. Ace of Cups. It's a case where, you know, they want you to live your heart's desire in a way, I think. And this is what this new cycle is all about. And you'll find the key to that cycle as it turns up in your material world, which is then going to provoke your relationship side and your interaction with everybody around you. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this. They're the ones pulling it in. This is where they're, you know, they're really pulling the energy in towards you. They're really trying to help you to focus on a new project, maybe, or something like that. But whatever they're focusing on, it's going to make you feel alive. It's going to make you feel whole. But it's not doing 1,000 different things. It's concentrating on one thing. Yeah, it's happiness after difficulty. And I think this is what they're doing. They're bringing this into your life at the moment so you can be out of this world and ecstatic about what you're doing and feel complete and utter fulfillment about what you do, and a sensation of, this is brilliant. This is, I feel complete sort of scenario. It's beautiful, beautiful cards for you, Sagittarius. You know, we had some lovely readings for you early on in the year, and it seems like it's coming back that way. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this conversation that is within you. They're helping with this concentration side. They're sort of like they're bringing you back to attention. They're sort of, having a little words that sort of says, don't get involved in that, continue on with that. They're keeping on the straight and narrow, basically, with the conversation that is within you. The Ace, the Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, sorry, not the Ace, Page of Pentacles. And it is the start of a new journey. This seems like a real new journey, certainly on the business side of life. And I'm not sure you see it really, or it's going to be it feels like a surprise. It turns up out the blue, but I think it puts you a little bit out of your comfort zone of what you're used to, basically. And I think that's a good thing. I really do. And that's what that ascension or that judgment thing is all about. It's the realization of things that you should be doing, and it seems to be playing in on this side. I think the key of it is here in the searching for your fulfillment and happiness within what you do in your job, in your business, in your projects. That it's not just a fulfillment for you as an individual, but you're fulfilling a greater role in a way. That's what I think that key is all about, and feeling that you'll be as rich as anybody. Maybe you just need to unladen yourself of a lot of other different things. That's what I said. It's more sort of concentrating on one thing or one or two things rather than trying to do everything. So let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. And this is moving into your first this is by the end of the week. This is moving into the first week of Sagittarius season. As a release of pressure from your life. It's a release of pressure where you can find yourself in a situation where things seem to be working, rather than you working for money and success, you're working for fulfillment and happiness. And that can be on every aspect of your life. And that's what seems to be sort of coming together. Yeah, miracles. You're going to feel like miracles do happen. There's a couple of pages up there already. Is there another third one? No, there's not. And this is all this fresh new learning start. And I think this is why I think it's something new. I don't think it's something that you've been, that you realize about it. It's not the job or the way in life that you've been living. I think this is all very new to you, and it's a bit of a learning curve for you, but a beautiful learning curve, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Let me just get something out of that for the it's a new cycle. It's the new cycle that's turning up for you, certainly on the work front. What about on the relationship side? So, because I just want to get a bit of clarity out of that Page of Cups, because sometimes it can be a little bit like your head stuck in the clouds and stuff like that, and a bit like dream state like. But I think this can be very concrete for you. Let's just see what's going on there. Yeah, I think, okay, healthy boundaries, but it's also about going on a journey. That, the lady in that card there, she's put down those healthy boundaries so she can then go on that journey. And she's prepared. She's just about to head off. So, yeah, and I think it should be fun. This is it. It's all very well you know, working and earning money, and yeah, and you'll enjoy the adrenaline rush of the success and everything like that. But is it fulfilling? If it is, I hope it is. Really do. I really do hope it is fulfilling. But whatever it is, you seem to be moving into a direction. That was the Three of Swords, by the way. Moving into a direction which is going to be a lot more fulfilling, because it was a bit, I think it's become emotionally trying for you. That's maybe where it comes from. Yeah, obviously that's not going to be for everyone, but I think it comes basically from that, a feeling of insatisfaction. So there you go, Sagittarius. That's your weekly reading. Thank you for the support you give to this channel. Liking, sharing this reading across all social networks will help us out with the algorithm of YouTube. And obviously subscribing and clicking that bell would be absolutely beautiful. Become part of the Astroflower family. In the meantime, Sagittarius, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.